It looks like our race is underway. Let's go. Alright, so the first part of the run is Frigate, famously dubbed Frigatory, because it sucks. This is a very punishing time. Got the critters on both ends. We're gonna go with some nice bunny hops to the elevator.
Alright, I'm here now.
There he is.
Alright, what did I miss? Are we still we're just in frigate, right?
Yeah, we're just going through the motions. That's
Beautiful.
Nice. It's actually really important to try to curve around that corner as much as possible because you hit the load trigger for this door sooner. And for whatever reason, this little hallway takes a billion years to load.
Yeah, and I assume we'll see Vertigo going for the Cody ledge.
Yeah, he's going for the BSJ. It's like, or at least the instant unmorph. A little bit of trouble there, he gets it. That's not instant morph. Interslice going up the elevator. I don't blame him. Cody ledge kind of sucks, but it does. Cody ledge saves about like 10 seconds. It saves a billion years of time.
Yeah, so you don't have to go all the way around it.
Oh yeah.
Here's hoping neither of them get doored up here by the turrets.
Yes, please no door. If you're sitting in front of the door and the Vertigo's gonna save, and the turrets shoot you out of the way, the door just closes again, and you have to wait for it to open, and it wastes like 20 seconds. It's ridiculous. It's because these turrets have ridiculous knockback. Vertigo's probably gonna have a bit of a messed up cycle for the quick kill. It should be okay. Let's see. Oh, we still had it. All right. Yeah, so if you hold up on the C stick and then spam the Y button, you can shoot missiles really fast. This is because if you shoot your beam or try to switch beams, which holding C up does, then the game just like closes the arm cannon again, and you have no cooldown for shooting missiles. It's pretty good. Fastest DPS in the game.
And honestly, one of the easier tricks in the game to learn. And I assume Vertigo with his save is going to do frigate wall crawl.
Yeah.
Do we know? Does Interslice do it or no?
I don't think he does.
Okay.
I would assume that he would have saved if he was. Or just maybe he playing on the edge a little bit. Ooh, almost. A little bit of trouble with the secret world here. There we go. Oh no! Yeah, Vertigo got screwed. Oh god, he's doing some forward Aether jumps. Wow! That was some ridiculous Aether jumping.
That's a 3-frame window for each Aether jump, right? If I'm correct?
Oh, he fell again. Yeah, it's 3 frames. But he did like 7 in a row, and if he failed one, he falls all the way down, and then he is done. He needs to reload his save. But now he's in a corner, so now he's okay. Yeah, so how Aether jumping works is every room is bounded by like these invisible walls, a box, if you will, even though I hate that term. And while you're inside of the bounds, Everything outside of that's called the Aether. While you're inside it, you have normal physics, but while you're in the Aether, which is the outside of the bounds, you just slightly float in place, and you can't gain or lose height, except by morphing. And then what happens is if you walk back into the bounds, then you start having normal physics, and if you press the jump button within 3 frames of entering, you jump. And that's where the 3-frame window comes from on an Aether jump. Uh-oh, he's not going to get it. Ooh, he got it. Wow. I thought he was going to be too late. All right, well,
got in by the hair of his chin.
Yeah, dude, Clutch Master Vertigo in with with that crazy frigate.
With the 441.
Yeah. He's used to getting 520s, so it's a bit disappointing for him, but after that clutch, I'd be kind of proud of clutching that. That was some pretty crazy Aether jumping. Alright, now we can see, even though Vertigo lost a lot of in-game time, you can still see how much RTA this saves, because there's 2 cutscenes that Vertigo didn't have to watch that Interslice has to watch.
And even though Vertigo doesn't watch the item loss cutscene, they put a second check in when you land on Talon that takes your items away anyway. Because they felt really nice about that. No skipping item loss in this game.
Can you imagine? Dude, if item loss didn't happen, then Frigate would be mandatory for the route. That would be garbage.
Oh, man. It would definitely change the run a little bit.
Yeah, you can just go straight to Magmore after getting Space Jump.
And Vertigo just did get Space Jump, which basically busts the entire early game wide open, because all of the early game is designed for you to not have 2 jumps.
Oh yeah, exactly. You can get missiles early that means he doesn't have to fight Hive Mecha. He can skip a bunch of Morph Ball bosses. Though you can do that without Space Jump anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. It turns out, even though they took away all your items, they left you with the best item, which is the Scan Visor.
Oh, that's an interesting scan point that Interslice used there.
Oh yeah, the top one on the tree. A lot of people keep locked onto that one point next to the door.
Yeah, I know that's
what. Look down.
Okay, I know that's the one I've started using. It's just keeping the lock on that.
Yeah.
And with all the lock on and scanning and stuff, they're doing dashes. Basically, the game has no side-to-side speed cap, so by locking on, dashing, doing a little combat dash to the side, and then letting go of your lock on, basically just yeets Samus in that direction, and you can use that to go just about everywhere really fast.
Yeah, for reference, the Morph Ball right now, just like normal rolling, has what? I think 20 speed, maybe?
Something like that.
I think it's 20
18
speed.
or 20.
Yeah, and then dashing has 35 or something ridiculous. It's as fast, if not faster, than boost balling everywhere. Yeah, that's a ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure walking forwards normally is what, 14 or 15?
It's 12.
12?
It's just under 12. It's 11 point something.
Okay. So it's a lot faster
Walking forward
go
with
sideways.
L. Walking forward with L is about 12. Normal walking is a little bit faster, but has a slower startup or something along those lines.
Yeah, it is faster to be pretty much always holding L.
Yeah. But yeah, now we get to hear this music.
Just forever.
Yes. for 1 billion years.
until
approximately.
we hit another music trigger.
Yeah. Pretty great. I personally don't like this music very much.
I don't think many people who play this game for more than a few times through do. Gets kind of bored into your brain. And Vertigo there, missiling that door for use later.
Oh yeah.
The save room door.
There's a trick he has to do later where he can't actually missile that door in the middle of the trick, so he has to do it now, or else he soft locks himself when he tries to do the trick. Or isn't soft lock, but well, I don't even know where would you go with Light Show. You have to go back like really far to a different save station.
Yeah, it would be a very large detour out of the way to go anywhere else.
Ruined Nursery one.
Oh god. Yeah, taking the 2 seconds to missile that door is definitely worth the savings you get later.
Especially since you can lock onto it with Scan Visor. It's like really easy to hit right there. It's really convenient. Yeah, I know. We got some emergency time, dude. Lobby's low. There was nobody coming.
Vertigo just hanging out in Zoid, as we call it. One of the biggest chunks of RNG. I believe it's 35 seconds of variance, right?
I think that's right. It's pretty bad. Basically,
it's free time loss.
Yeah, free time loss. Almost as free as the Ghost free time loss. Basically, it's RNG how long it takes for that red weak point that Vertigo keeps shooting to show up. And goodbye, Zoid. In the game, he's not called Zoid. He's called Incinerator Drone because fire. High five, by the way, with the runners. He's called Incinerator Drone, but we call him Zoid because the developer that made this boss, David Kirsch, his nickname is Zoid, and he's a pretty cool kid. So we named the boss Zoid because he is Zoid.
We get back-to-back Zoid content here too. Just as Vertigo's leaving, we get Interslice coming in. See if he can get a decent Zoid.
All right, and Vertigo not doing the puzzle right now because he's going to do IBBF later. I don't know if Interslice does IBBF.
Yeah, right. I'm not sure. I didn't watch his previous run.
Thank you, Vertigo, for taking the save. There's a pretty big trick coming up that's it's pretty easy to get, but if you fail it, and that's a big if, because Vertigo's done it like 1 billion times. But if you fail it, you lose. You either need a reset, or you lose 10 minutes, and it's faster just to like lose 5 minutes and redo Flagra and come from that save station.
Yeah, so, definitely in a race environment, no matter how many times you have done it, it's probably worth it to take the save.
Okay. The BSJ strat Vertigo is trying to do is pretty tough. It's actually really easy if you do 2 bombs, but it's pretty hard if you do 1 bomb, like Vertigo's doing, but it's way faster to do 1 bomb.
Yeah, BSJs have a pretty tight timing to unmorph and then jump right after it. And then he skips doing the entire puzzle for that room and just bomb jumps over the door to go straight into Flagra. And now we get to see Flagra, which is basically cutscenes the boss.
Yes.
Is it like
Put your resident sleepers in chat, because this is the resident sleeper boss.
and Interslice is doing the puzzle in this room here, basically to prep himself for later, so that way he won't have to do it when he's coming through later on in the run. And if you notice Vertigo hopping on top of these bomb slots in air quotes, you can actually just hit them from out of bounds. Or not out of bounds, but from outside of the tunnel, so you don't actually need to stun Flagra and go through the whole process. You just hop on top, lay a bomb, and the game's content with that.
Yeah, unlike other bomb slots where you actually have to be inside them and lay a bomb to do it, these ones actually just have like a damage field. And the damage field extends a little bit outside the bomb slot itself, so if you plant a bomb right next to the bomb slot, it still hits that damage field. And still activates it. And since Flogger was never downed with the mirrors, he just keeps swinging at you during this cutscene. He's trying really hard. We all appreciate his effort, but it's not enough. Now Flogger is deed. Die, Plant Man.
Oh, I noticed Interslice grabbed Lunchbox, that extra missile. Did Vertigo grab Lunchbox, or did I miss that?
He did not grab it.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that missile a lot of people drop called Lunchbox. Sometimes it's called Happy Meal. Same thing. Yeah, so there's like that. There's just a missile there. Call it the Happy Meal missile because the box that it's in looks like Happy Meal.
Yeah, and if a missile later on in the run is being specifically uncooperative, they can skip a missile later in the run and not have to have too much time loss.
It turns out like 25 to 30 missiles is pretty optimal for this run. I choose to get 30 missiles and I get Lunchbox. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. 25 is like the bare minimum. Because you want to have 24 for the, what's it called? The Elite Pirate. The Phazon Elite Pirate, I should say. The Artifact Warrior. You want to have 24 for that, and since you can't ever have just 24, you get 25. When people get 30 missiles, it's just to, like, so that it's more consistent, because sometimes you get screwed with drops. Oh, Vertigo had some nice bunny hops, and then he got smacked by that kid.
Yeah, and Vertigo now going to be doing an infinite bomb jump, if I'm correct in my lexicon. Basically rubbing up against two walls at once to keep him from falling down and being able to bomb at just the right pace to climb back up.
Yeah, basically he just got himself caught in that corner, just like he said. And then he like slides down really slow so then he can bomb jump under himself and keep going up. Just so happens that corner there is really nice.
And now for some more free time loss with the ghosts fight.
Yeah. These ghosts are also very heavy RNG. It's RNG what attack they use, which can depend on like you getting shot or not. Because the shots that hit you actually like stun you and take away your charge beam. It's also RNG when they decide to appear, where they decide to appear, and how long they take to appear. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Sometimes they can just like camp the ledge for a really long time.
Yeah, and Vertigo is basically just stun locking them by hitting them just before they dash away, and doing a pretty good job bullying these guys.
Yeah,
keeping them in place.
It's like Marth chain grabs. Vertigo's chain grabbing them. Alright, and we did all that because we want the Artifact of Wild. What this means is that Vertigo will never have to get Spider Ball, and they'll never have to get Super Missiles. This is why Artifact of Wild saves a lot of time. Save like 10 minutes between doing a different route that gets Supers and Spider.
Yeah, not only do you have to get those 2 extra items, but this area is a little out of the way.
Yeah.
So it's a detour in addition.
And you have to fight Rockman.
Yeah, I always forget that you wants to fight Rockman, honestly.
Dude, Rockman is like Flogger, where he's the cutscene boss, except that his cutscenes actually waste in-game time.
Imagine
Pretty bad.
having to fight Thardus. Everyone should play Hundo.
Oof. Anyways, everybody has the same time loss on Thardus. Nah, dude, I hate Thardus so much. He's so awful.
No, it's an annoying boss.
At least he's guarding a skippable item. He was almost supposed to be the guardian of Plasma Beam. No,
Oh,
no interslice, no! Do it. Okay, come on. Come
he's
on,
got it.
interslice. Let's go.
He's got it.
This one right here. Yes! Alright. He had a little bit of a sloppy
Nice.
first unmorph attempt, but then he got it. Oh yeah, if you lay the bomb too early and you don't react fast enough, then the bomb misses you and you fall all the way back down. You have to go back up again.
It is a punishing trick to attempt.
Oh yeah.
Here's hoping Interslice gets some bless RNGs for these ghosts.
Yes. Vertigo had actually pretty good RNG, and he had really good execution, most importantly. Ooh, that was hot. Until he fell. Oh, dang, just barely missing that. That's right, this room has a pretty good backup strat. Just like get on that pipe and dash. Man, Vertigo making Magmore look easy peasy. Interslice is getting bullied a little bit right now.
And Vertigo is grabbing the run tank, or the race tank, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Grabbing an extra E-tank, basically just for safety.
Interslice got the frame perfect ghost animation, where he just sits there and does nothing and then dies like 30 seconds later. If you hit them during a certain part of their animations, they just sit there, and before they die, they kind of sit there and look at you. Alright, that was not too bad. He got kind of screwed a little bit, but then he recovered, and he got the cutscene overlap. Cutscene overlap, which saves a lot of RTA but wastes in-game time. It doesn't really waste that much, though. It's only like... It's like only a few frames, actually, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's very interesting, the different strats in this game, that because the game is more optimized, the runs are more optimized for the in-game time than the real-time recording. It leads to some interesting strats that on paper look like they would lose time, but...
Yeah, usually it involves watching cutscenes. That if you were running for RTA, you would just skip and not think twice. It does also mean that you can pause, get up and go to the bathroom, and then still PB. Or make a pizza. Or do X. Pretty good.
Yeah, need your dough during Flagra.
Though, honestly, if you got up to go get food in the middle of a run, it'd be pretty bad, because you would lose all your momentum. So it's still not a good strat. It's still good to play it all the way through. It's just funny to think about.
Alright, so Interslice moving through Magmore here, also going to be heading to Vendrana. We're going to see Vertigo here, about to do another wall crawl to do a really funky trick. I don't know if you want to explain how the whole
Sure.
Wave Sun works. I don't actually do it in any of my runs, so...
Yeah, so this trick is called Wave Sun. This is because you get Wave Beam and Artifact of Sun at the same time. Vertigo is cheating right now. He's gonna cheat and he's gonna hack the game, and he's gonna get Wave Beam and Artifact of Sun at the same time by using Huge Warps category. Basically, what's happening is he's jumping on the seams of walls because other parts of wall of out of bounds aren't standable, and he gets stuck. And what he's gonna do here, notice that he just did it really fast, but notice that the room is currently loaded on that tunnel room right now. Like if the game thinks he's in the tunnel room, ooh, he might be stuck here. Oh, he made it. Good. Yeah, so the game thinks that he's in the tunnel room, but actually he's in the big room. What this does is it loads the collision wrong, and now he can get stuck in the wall and do a trick called infinite speed, where he holds left on the control stick for about 50 seconds. And what is happening right now is you can't see it because the game can't track it, but he is gaining speed exponentially. And eventually he's going to get so high that it that it rolls over the floating point number. Basically, the game can't count it anymore, and it's going to set his speed to not a number. And when he boosts while having speed not a number and hits a wall, the game is going to think that he's touching everything. More specifically, it returns all collision checks to important items to true. So in every loaded room, he touches every cutscene, every loading trigger, every item, and every enemy. So it thinks he's touching all of those things at the same time. Yeah, just like that. And now there's two Samuses because he touched the Wave Beam entrance cutscene and the Wave Beam acquired cutscene.
And this also, it skips having to do the Sheegoth fight, both the baby Sheegoths and the adult Sheegoth, and it also skips having to come back here later with Plasma Beam to get the artifact.
And now he just gets to dip. Normally, after using infinite speed, you'd have something called light show. It's a side effect of having not a number speed. And when you have not a number speed and you unmorph, the game sets the camera position to position not a number, which basically means 1 billion light years above the map. So the game doesn't know where the camera is, and so you get a bunch of weird polygons on the screen, and basically Vertigo can't see anything. But if he touches a cutscene that tells the camera where to be, then it resets it, and he no longer has infinite speed. Because basically the game knows where he is again.
Yeah, we basically get to see that live with the second infinite speed.
Yeah. There's a second infinite speed where we do get to see light show. It's pretty wacky looking.
Oh, and interslice as well is doing. Ooh, we fell down, but interslice as well is going for Wave Sun.
Nope. That was a pretty poggers Fiery Shores. He blocked off the wall at the end, but it was pretty good. Fiery Shores is really hard. You have to like dash into this little crevice in the wall, and then you have to bend the dash so that you go all the way to the door. It's really annoying. It's really easy to bonk on the wall and lose all your speed. Interslice attempting Wave Sun. Alright, nope, he transitioned back.
Yeah, it's a tricky wall crawl because you got to make sure you unload shorelines because that room is very big, and if you load the next room, the Chozo Ice Temple, the game just crashes because it can't handle all those big rooms, as far as I understand.
Just yeah, using too much memory. It can't keep can't keep track of it all at the same time. And so then there's not enough memory to load the room and the game crashes. Because normally how rooms work is you're touching triggers. You're touching invisible triggers. These like basically these little planes. And what those usually do is it tells the game to load the next room and unload the previous room. But since you're out of bounds, you're not necessarily always going to hit those triggers. And so you have to be careful out of bounds by making sure you hit load triggers, or else you might crash the game. Echoes does a nice job of this because they implemented something called proximity loads, which is when you get close to a door, it automatically unloads and loads the next room. But that doesn't exist here in Prime.
And Vertigo here gonna go get one of the artifacts early by basically rubbing against a wall.
Yeah.
Ghetto jumps or slope jumps in this game are basically a way to jump up against collision, and it lets you jump higher, and they're pretty much supercharged underwater for some reason.
Yeah, so with how the water physics work, you just get a lot more speed when you jump against a slope in the collision. Ooh, nice hole-in-one by Vertigo. Been pretty clean. And now we're going to go do the second infinite speed in Magma Pool. This one's going to get a power bomb early. And the advantage to having a power bomb early is that you can get X-ray before going into mines, because you are required to have X-ray to be able to clear mines, because Omega Pirate can only be damaged with the X-ray visor equipped. And so you have to have that item to kill Omega Pirate. But normally the first power bombs you get are in mines. But if we get one early, then yeah, we don't need. Yeah, we can just have X-ray before and not have to worry about it. And a very nice Wave Sun from Interslice, and he's got now the Wave Beam and Artifactive Sun.
Yeah, and after Vertigo does this infinite speed and gets the power bomb, he'll have to maneuver his way back from here to a save room, because there is no cutscene trigger here to basically put the camera back where it's supposed to be and get him out of infinite speed.
Yeah, he can do something called a light show cancel, or rather, infinite speed cancel, where he's going to get rid of the effects of infinite speed, a la boosting makes you hit load triggers. He's going to get rid of that aspect of infinite speed, but he can't get rid of light show unless he touches a cutscene. So what he's going to do here is he's going to touch. He's going to be in a, I believe it's called like a camera hint, where it like it tells the camera to be. That's what light show looks like, by the way. Basically, like there's a part where the camera tries to pan up because it has the spider track there. And if you touch that while you have light show, then you can get rid of infinite speed. So now you can boost again without crashing the game. Because as we said, if you load a bunch of rooms at the same time, the game crashes. And if you boost around everywhere, you're loading and unloading a bunch of rooms. And so you might crash the game. But if you get rid of IS, then you're not doing that anymore. Vertigo opting to save, thank you. Alright, and Vertigo's going to do IBBF, AF.
I do love the IBBF AF. Ice
Such a
Beam
bad
before
but good
Flagra, after Flagra.
Nice, and getting that jump first try.
Yeah, that is a tricky jump there to get out of bounds.
Oh, we got stuck. Yeah, so like right there, as you can see, I didn't even know about that scan dash. Scan dash is pretty cool. As you can see, the oh wow, he's got a lot of cool IBF strats. I need to copy some of these. Yeah, as we said, like if you don't jump in the right spots out of bounds, basically just jumping in a bunch of memorized positions that he knows are safe to jump on. If you jump on a spot like that, you can get stuck and it wastes a lot of time. Because you either have to like weasel your way over to a spot that is standable, or you have to waste time by morphing, bombing into a good spot, and then unmorphing, which wastes a lot of time. And he's morphing on top of these tunnel rooms to hit load triggers.
And then right when he enters this room here, he skips the ghost skip, or the ghost trigger, and then hops inbounds.
Yeah. What he did there was called a door warp. There's a few different ways to get back in bounds. That's one of them, is called a door warp, where you shoot a door, and you start the room loading around you, and then the room loads around you, and then you're back in bounds, and you can transition the door, and you're all good. The other example of when he did that was during Frigate Wall Crawl, which we neglected to talk about. But basically, he just gets into the room where the room is going to be and times it so that he is inside the room as soon as it loads. And then he's back in bounds.
Yeah, that was a very nice IBBF.
Yeah, that was very good. Except for basically the room before Ion Tunnel, it was pretty good.
Yeah, getting that little hitch there, but other than that,
yeah, very clean. I've actually never seen Ion Tunnel done that way, where he just like R jumps and then goes around and is on the door as soon as it loads.
Yeah, he's like he's standing there waiting for the next room to load.
I have to steal some of these.
And there he uses that power bomb so that we can go in here to grab X-ray. Let's see if Life Grove Access is cooperating today.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, Life Grove Tunnel has been voted the worst room in the game by far majority. It's so awful. It's like it's supposed to be a half pipe, but it doesn't work as a half pipe because the game has like these weird bits of collision at the bottom that eat up all your speed. East Atrium. Okay, thank you. I don't know room names unless they have an item in them.
Yeah, I want to say Ion Tunnel might be the one.
Oh yeah, that might be the other one before Ruin Nursery, right?
Yeah.
That one's probably called Energy Core Access. Every tunnel room in this game that's before a big room is called Blank Access.
They were real creative with their naming.
Where blank is the next room. We're just getting the Artifact Chozo here because it's here. Because, you know, backtracking is bad.
Looks like Interslice is getting a good spin up there. Yeah. It's hard to tell with the restream.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It looks kind of bad, but, like, this room also lags, so that's why we see the Morph Ball flicker and why we didn't see it flicker before. The lava in this room, it plays like these little animations of bubbles like popping up, and that causes something like infinite speed to lag really hard. Which, that's also another good thing about in-game time, in my opinion, is that lag frames don't count. Right, so this takes the same amount of in-game time whether he had lag or not to get IS. But it takes longer RTA because he's lagging, right? The frame rate actually slowed down. But since it counts frames, then it's all good.
Okay, and Interslice choosing to use the fountain there to reset the camera.
Yeah, I think Interslice is kind of an old school runner. I've seen it. I've seen him do a lot of old school strats. The strat that Vertigo did is fairly new. I want to say Whiskers found it like 5 months ago. I don't even remember. It was a long time ago. But, like, within the last year. The interslice has been around for a while.
Oh, and bonked on that big dash.
Bonk.
That big dash is super satisfying when it all
Yeah.
slides. You just launch across the whole room.
Yum. Alright, Vertigo taking the save here. We take it, 1, because it's really convenient to save here. And 2, because the ship refills your ammunition. Including the power bomb that he just used for X-ray. So Vertigo doesn't have to worry about getting a power bomb drop. And it wastes, like, hardly any... It doesn't really waste any in-game time, really. Because he has to dash past the ship anyway. It just wastes, like, 10 seconds of RTA to do that. Alright, nice bunny hop across TFT. There's 2 fast ways to do that room. You can bunny hop like that, and then you can also R-jump if you want. And then there's like some slower, easy strats, but like both the bunny hop and the R-jump are kind of bad because you have to like bend it correctly around that wall, or else you bonk on it and then you fall in the lava.
Yeah, this whole side of Magmore, the movement's pretty tricky.
Yeah, dude, Magmore 3 is like hard.
Not even
It's not quite as hard
like,
as Magmore 2, but it's
not
pretty
even
close.
joke hard, just actually hard.
Yeah. Magmore
like,
2 is probably harder in my opinion, but not by much.
Yeah, I mean, just this room, geothermal core, like the jumps and the dashes in this room are super tight, and any mistake in this room on the way up it you're falling right into the lava.
Yeah, good save there by Vertigo. If you mess up that R jump, then you can like really quickly morph and fall in that little lip and do the backup strat. If you don't morph actually in time, then you have too much speed and you get kicked off and you fall all the way down the room. It wastes like a good minute. The reason being is that the morphing in midair resets your vertical speed. So basically you stop and then you start accelerating due to gravity again. Oh. Yeah, these pirates can bully you.
Yeah, flying pirates are definitely some of the meanest bully enemies in this game.
Oh yeah, man.
Because their missiles can just bounce you wherever they care to.
They're like turrets where they have like way too much knockback. Worst enemies IMO is Chozo Ghosts. And then probably the Arrow Troopers, which are the flying pirates. And then after that, I don't know. Puffers are pretty bad. Turrets are pretty bad. Gel Zaps are pretty bad.
The little snow cone dudes that I forget what they're called.
Oh yeah, the inverted snow cones are really bad.
Because they also have really big knockback, so if you touch one of them, they launch you off whatever platform you just landed on.
Yeah, thankfully they don't come after you, but they're basically like the sitting landmines. Like, you want to touch me? Cross the room with you.
And Vertigo now heading towards Outer Phendrana, which is another really tricky area.
Oh, and then you have Scarabs, which are the noob slayers of this game. because each of them deal 1 damage and they don't have any cooldown. So if you run into like a pack of 50 of them, you take like 1 million damage.
Yeah, they can take you
It
down.
might be like 2 each. I don't even know. They do a lot. If there's like a swarm of them, they do a crap load. The easy way around it is just to morph and roll through them. Because you actually have like damage cooldown when you morph for some reason. But yeah, it's the Noob Slayer. Oh, that was pretty. That's probably way easier than dashing off the glider. And Vertigo's like doing all sorts of new strats I've never even done before. I want to steal all of them.
The stalactite or stalagmite, I can never remember the difference, doesn't move either. Ooh, and you got the good on morph.
Yeah. Hazel actually found a way to make that consistent. I think it's just like holding a certain direction through the tunnel and like you bounce off the wall. Yep, turret being mean to him. Energy core is such a difficult room.
Yeah, and the only reason they even have to come into the pirate lab here is just to get one of the artifacts that's about halfway through it.
Yeah.
So they'll just pop in and go right back out.
And then we get thermal because it wastes the time we don't. Oh no, Edward was rude. Edward was mean to Vertigo. There's a pirate that jumps through that glass right there. We call him Edward. This is really rude. Basically, we name any enemies in this game that are really awful. Right now we have 2. We have Edward and Calvin. I'll tell you Calvin when we get there.
On the bright side, though, reloading the room, Vertigo did get 2 power bombs, 2 power bomb drops there at the bottom.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to worry about hunting down power bombs right now.
Yeah, so he used a power bomb to get Artifact of Spirit in Fendrana's Edge, and now he needs another one so that he can open the way to mines without having to try to farm for a power bomb drop. So the best place to get them is right there in Research Lab Aether. It has a really good chance to drop a power bomb. I think it's actually like 2 out of 7. And
yeah,
then,
there's a few crates that you can get them from.
Yeah. I think it's 2 and 7, and there's like 4 shots to get them. Depending on where you try. Like, there's the crates at the bottom, there's Edward, and there's Viralabox. And then when you come back through, you can try again. If you want to be fast. Otherwise, you just farm in this room, and this room is kind of bad about dropping them, though. But there are so many boxes in this room that it's probably okay. Still slow, though. Oops.
Nice, Interslice getting that big dash across the pond there.
Big dash. Long dash.
The extended dash. That's a different thing, isn't it?
Long dash is just a really bad dash in landing site that you can do. Dude, I think we need to put the Twitch chat in long mode. You have to type long in the chat. And whoever types the longest long gets a cookie.
This is an orb-free stream, please.
Long chat.
I know there's a lot of orbs with the morph balls, but...
And the bombs.
So many. There are a lot of orbs in this game.
Orb? Say orb. My gamer senses are tingling. Oh, all right.
An interslice using the dash backup to get across there.
Yep. And that's just like significantly easier than any other strat for that room. And so if you're having trouble, you didn't type long. You have to type long to get a cookie. Also, I don't have a cookie. I'm sorry.
I think I got some on top of the fridge. I'll send them out. Please allow up to 5 to 10 business days for shipping.
Interslice getting Plasma Beam, the Strunk Beam.
Doing this room, for the most part, the way you're supposed to by using a couple of the spinners.
Oh yeah, it's faster to boost through the phase-on even though you take some damage because you hit the load trigger sooner. And whatever that room is called, PPC takes a little while to load. There's a lot of rooms and mines that take a long time to load.
Lots of big rooms.
I don't actually remember. Does Vert do ENB? Might do. He might do it.
I assume he does. But I don't know if he'll be doing it in the races or not.
Aw, dang. Just barely not getting enough height for that dash. There's like a little bit of collision in workstation that you can land on that Interslice is trying to hit. If you don't get it, you kind of just like slide. Alright, Vertigo on his way to main power bombs. We get main power bombs not only because it's convenient, but also because it's required, and it makes you have to farm for power bombs less in the future, because now you have 5 power bombs. But actually, Artifact of Warrior, the tank that houses the Phazon Elite, you can't break that tank until you get the main power bombs right here in Central Dynamo. Oh, you went for Maze Skip, but you didn't get it.
Almost.
He's barely a little bit too early rolling into the slot.
I should have.
This maze is kind of rude.
Should have pulled out the maze finder.
Yeah, this is a goofy looking maze.
It's a lot of squares. The mazes are randomly generated, and there's a nice little tool that'll tell you which maze you have.
Yeah. Too bad we don't have Edson in the chat, or else he'd hook us up.
I know. I think he always has it. He has a third screen just for it.
At Edson. All right, he's taking a save, so this makes me think that he does ENB. Though this is also the hardest part of the game by far, the most risky part of the game.
Yeah, just about
ENB.
Just about every room in this upcoming section is just exponentially meaner than the last.
Oh yeah, there's Phazon everywhere. There's Plasma Pirates and MQB that deal a lot of damage, and you only have the Varia suit and 3 E-tanks. That's important because the suits actually have damage reduction. I believe Varia suit is 10%, Gravity suit is 20%, and Phazon suit is 50% damage reduction. And that extra 10% from Gravity suit makes a big difference. It's probably like at least an E-tank's worth of difference at this point.
That was a clean Metro Quarantine A.
Yeah, that room can go like super sloppy if the Metroids beat you up.
Yeah, the Metroids can beat you up. You saw the Metroids that he froze and used to dash off. Where those are can vary slightly and affect where your dash actually will go.
Let's see if Edward trolls interslice or not. He might. I can't tell if Edward broke the glass or not. Interslice going to get in the tank of shame right away. Alright, Edward was nice. Alright, we're going for E and B, boys. So basically this glider, the tip of the glider for a little bit in its flight pattern sticks out of bounds. And if you're sitting on that tip of the part of the glider that sticks out of bounds, he pushes you out of bounds. And you can use this to get Artifact of Newborn before you get Phazon suit, because it's basically in this giant pit of Phazon that deals 1 billion damage.
Yeah, you basically either need to do this secret world, backtrack from getting Phazon suit, or have just a million health.
Yeah, there is a way to do it inbounds, but you need gravity suit and at least 11 E-tanks, so it's only viable for 100%. But the out of bounds method is viable for anything. But this secret world is really bad, and Vertigo's getting destroyed.
Yeah, it's a really tight window for the inputs right at the wall.
Yeah, basically he has to sit on this glider wing, line himself up, and then press into the wall at a certain time so that he gets shoved out of bounds. I think it's actually he's like walking off the glider wing, and then the glider wing shoves him out of bounds while he's in midair. I think that's how it works. Don't at me, though. But yeah. So let's see if this works. Ah, dang. This secret world is just so bad. It's just trolling Vertigo really hard. But with all the out of bounds that he's done really, really well so far, you can afford to be a bit sloppy here. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah, and even once you get out of bounds here, you're still not out of the woods because...
Yeah, you can soft lock really easily.
This is Interslice's chance to catch up.
Come on, Vertigo. You can do it. I believe. Oh, I thought that was it. He like kind of floated for a little bit, and then he...
Yeah, it looked like he got the little bump.
He keeps trying to like get the fast cycle with that glider when he comes back up. He keeps falling. Come on, Vertigo. I believe.
Send our energy.
Ah. Send Vertigo your energy, chat. He can do it. Only you can help Vertigo get early newborn.
Call this toll-free line. With your donation, we can make Vertigo get out of bounds. Get one of those like fundraiser cardboard posters. It's like but it's a morph ball filling up. Sorry, I didn't mean to pop my mic.
Rise up, gamers. Vertigo needs your help. No.
Oh my. With your fusion suit donation. That's really what it was. If he'd put on fusion suit, this would have worked first try.
Yeah.
The
True.
fusion suit, it's slipperier. It's easier to get out of bounds with it. More streamlined, you know.
Slippery suit. Dang.
Oh, interslice got knocked down to the bottom of that. The big room.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the name of.
Sometimes that turret's really mean.
I gotta learn all my room names.
Phazon Processing Center, PPC.
PPC.
I only know that because there's an item in that room. And because that room sucks in 21%.
I don't want to think too much about 21%.
No, Vertigo. Ooh. Oh, he got it.
Nice.
We out of here, boys. Vertigo has received your energy, chat. Alright, so now he has to not soft lock here. Alright, so he has to manually load this room. What is this camera angle? He has to manually load Fungal Hall B. This is the scary part. Alright, come on, Vertigo. Okay, you got it.
Nice.
Okay, he's got the artifact. Alright, there's one more part he can soft lock here. Basically, he's doing the same thing during Wave Sun where he's making the game think that he's in the wrong room. And he's using this to be able to boost back and bounds. But because the collision here is really wonky, if he boosts while he is in the wrong spot or is facing the wrong direction, he gets stuck and he's dead.
Yeah, there's just no way. Nice.
Nice. Pog.
That is definitely one of the trickier.
Alright, let's get some Pog champs for my boy Vertigo.
Some pag chomps.
Some chags.
And now it's basically just the hustle to Omega Pirate.
Yep.
With this really tricky dash across that Phazon pit.
Yeah, but with this, Interslice is hot on his tail. Because Vertigo spent like 5 minutes trying to get that.
Yeah,
and
true.
Interslice is not far behind. Now, granted, Interslice probably doesn't do early Newborn. He's going to have to go back for Newborn after he kills Omega Pirate. So there's going to be some fake time save when Interslice passes through Phazon Mining Tunnel. So we got Trooper Skip. I think he got it too early. I saw it. Yep, he got it too early. Omega Pirate was headbanging across the room.
Yeah, basically you can lay a power bomb.
He got Power Troopers. That's the worst one.
Oof. Lay a power bomb and it messes with the Omega Pirate's animations and it ends up just not spawning in the extra troopers.
Yeah, basically it interrupts his animation and he like it causes him to just not do the trooper summoning or whatever, however you want to call it. He doesn't summon the dudes. Alright, now he's going to go for a power bomb right here to deal a finishing blow. But since Omega Pirate can only be damaged in this phase with the X-ray visor, he has to pull it up right there, right as the power bomb hits him. Or rather, right as Omega Pirate spawns in. But yeah, that was really clean.
Oof, Interslice getting bullied by the Metroids in Quarantine A over here. That's a
Yeah, these
it's a
guys are
rough
rude.
room.
We got the dash. He turned a little bit early, so he lost a lot of his speed, but he still made it. But yeah, so Vertigo doesn't have to go back for Newborn now, but Interslice will. Yay! Fun fact, it actually loses time to skip that E-Tank.
The free E-Tank.
Yeah. Because you want to jump during that so you can land in the gate as it's opening. And if you don't jump right away, then you're not there. So, funny. All right, he's gotta like weasel his way off. Yeah, so there's this guy's cutscene.
The cutscene that locks you in.
Yeah, this kid locks the doors when he comes out of his tank. Because he feels like he needs to be special. So you have to kill him if you touch that trigger, but there's like a little bit of space in between the wall that Samus can fit through and not touch that trigger by jumping on top of that tank. Vertigo walked too far forward and he touched the trigger.
It is a fun excuse to see more of the great pirate AI, though.
Alright, now we get to see Shaft 1. So Shaft 1, we're going to do a little trick, because we don't have Spider Ball, because we didn't want to fight Rockman, because Rockman sucks. Ooh, he's getting bullied in MQB.
Going for the backup.
Kind of scary. Don't die. This. Alright, so Vertigo is doing what's called a BSJ. It's called a bomb space jump. Basically, he's doing a bomb jump, and then he's unmorphing at a certain spot where the camera is messed up. And if you unmorph there, then you get an instant unmorph. So basically, the cutscene that plays when you unmorph doesn't play. And then because of that, the game still thinks that he's standing on the ground, or more specifically, it gives him like a different jump state for 22 frames after leaving the ground. For whatever reason, and when he has that jump state, so within those 22 frames of leaving the ground and unmorphing, the game thinks that he can still jump, and so he jumps on midair.
And he made pretty easy work of both of those shafts.
Yeah, that rock is really rude in Shaft 2.
Yeah, the hip, like the box for it is very.
This is Calvin. What Calvin does? Oh no. Calvin gets in front of that when you're trying to do the infinite boost, and he doesn't let you get out until he moves out of the way. He also just like beats the crap out of you while you're trying to open the door in this room at the top to get back out, and while you're trying to boost the whatever you want the giant mining laser, whatever that thing's called. While you're trying to move that thing around, he just like beats the crap out of you. He's really rude.
And Virgo getting the cutscene overlap, I believe.
And sometimes, if he's feeling really mean, he jumps down here with the elite pirate, and then you have to kill him.
Calvin's a real bully.
Yeah, the power troopers take, since he doesn't have super missiles, the power troopers take a long time to kill. Yeah, see, he's like knocking him away from the boost thing here. And he's just machine gunning into his face.
Oh, bad luck all around. Interslice got power troopers as well.
Oh.
And Omega Pirate.
Yeah, now we get to do ore processing. This is like the last awful room in mines, and then he's all good.
Yeah, this climb is very, very particular in the spots that you can stand here. And the last jump especially onto the little ledge there is especially fun at like just sliding you off.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of Metroids in this room that chase you around. And if you want to be fast, you have have to ignore them. Just hope they don't beat you up. But right there, you got grabbed. Because if you kill them, it's slow, so it's like whatever. Just wants to try to ignore them. Oh yeah, since we entered mines from the back, the opening cutscene plays as we're leaving. So yeah.
Because any percent loves to do most of areas just completely backwards.
Yeah. Especially labs. You do labs backwards because we're cool. Oh no, Interslice got 2 cycle Omega Pyre because he didn't get enough damage on the last part. Alright, this time he got Ice Troopers though, so he's okay. Ice Troopers are the best RNG.
Because you can just freeze them and missile them, which they actually took out in the trilogy version. You can't freeze them in the trilogy.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and in the Wii one for the trilogy, you just...
Why?
I don't know. I think because it does make them really easy. They're
Well,
probably
yeah,
like, this is
but,
too
like,
easy for the last area.
The whole point of Ice Beam is you're freezing stuff. That's like the whole gimmick. Like Ice Beam freezes stuff, Plasma Beam sets stuff on fire, and Wave Beam like electrocutes things, and then Power Beam is lame. Power Beam is lame, but has the coolest beam combo and the most useful beam combo.
Very true. So now Interslice will have to backtrack to go get Newborn.
Yeah. Which I was talking about, like the fake time save. And Vertigo's going to do a side effect of IBBF called Ghost Skip. So basically, IBBF, he went around this room out of bounds the first time, and that gave him the chance to save 40 seconds. And now he has to save that 40 seconds by not triggering this ghost fight. Basically, if he falls down into this room, like if he fell off that peg, he would have to do the ghost fight, and that takes a long time.
Yeah, and that peg is much smaller than it looks, and it already looks pretty small.
Yeah, so IBBF skips a few cutscenes. Yeah, it skips a few cutscenes. Skips the puzzle, which saves about 10 seconds in-game time. And it allows him to come back, that if he fails Ghost Skip, he can fight it with the extra visor, so the Ghost can't troll him. So at least saves like a little bit of time. But like the majority of the time save is with Ghost Skip, that basically IBF just sets up. And then he has to do it later. So it's kind of an annoying high-stress trick at the end of the run, but it's alright. Vertigo's got another high-stress trick coming up. Because Vertigo does Exo Skip.
The ultimate big boy strat.
Oh yeah, dude. Exo Skip is so cool. Dante showed it off earlier in the tournament, and he did it really well. And I'm excited to see Vertigo do it. Vertigo's actually the guy that found Exo Skip. So yeah. He knows the trick, like, very, very well. Like, I'm in voice call with him a lot, and if you ask him about Exo Skip, he's got all the knowledge. He knows it like it's its own child.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah.
In some ways.
He did birth it.
Oh, Interslice going for the backup strat, hopping off of the little phase-on nodule. Nice. Yeah, because Vertigo at this point is just headed back to the ship and then going to final bosses.
But will Vertigo do long dash?
Oh, we all love ship dash.
Told him I'd tier 3 sub if he did long dash. No! I need to tell Vertigo to do long dash.
So Vertigo here is going to be fighting the first of 3 of the final boss gauntlet kind of thing here.
Nice.
He's going to be fighting.
Interslice getting the cutscene skip. Yeah, go ahead
Heck
with
yeah.
Ridley.
Basically, Vertigo is going to try to do flyby skip, where he's going to try to skip most of Ridley's airborne phase.
Ooh, nice. He got the midair boost.
Nice. Basically, Boost Ball does what, like 50,000 damage per frame or something stupid like
Yes.
that.
50k
So
damage per frame.
you can make Ridley fly in a specific way where you have just enough space there to boost into him before he even does all this flying around stuff. So by the time he finally gets back to you, it's just straight into the ground phase, and it skips all of that waiting
Like this.
around. And
yeah, and just like shooting him or whatever. The thing about Boost Ball is that most bosses are immune. And like actually a lot of like normal enemies are immune to the Boost Ball too. But I guess either developers forgot to make him immune to the Boost Ball during only his air phase. Like his ground phase is immune to Boost Ball, otherwise that boost would have instantly killed Ridley. Or they figured we don't need to make him immune to Boost Ball because he's in the air. Tee-hee. But yeah. That's a thing. Alright, that was a little bit of a sloppy fight, but Vertigo pulled through.
yeah, Ridley can be a real bully with his dash attack, just looping the dash attack with no chance to really get any shots in.
Yeah, excuse me. If Ridley like charges in like that, basically the lock-on his face drops, and his hand goes in front of his mouth. Because like he's like rearing back, and his hand goes in front of his mouth. So if you try to shoot him, then normally like it gets blocked by his hand. So you have to like aim around his hand and shoot the very, very corner of his mouth with a charge beam shot, and you have to manually aim for it. And it's really annoying.
Yeah, manually aiming in this game is not easy.
Yeah. So during there's like during his ground phase, there's like the first part.
Nice, Interslice got out of that.
Nice. Shaft 1. Shaft 1's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, there's like the first part of the Ridley fight, where he is kind of slow, and then like after you beat him up a little bit, he starts getting desperate and starts throwing moves out really fast. And it's really hard to get the snipes during that. All right, and Vertigo is setting up Exo Skip. Basically, that first Metroid that he just power bombed is the one he wants to get Exo Skip off of, but that one actually, for whatever reason, is bad AI, I think.
Yeah, like as far as I understand, they have to get the Metroids to like respawn because the original 2 that are in the room, their AI just for whatever reason is different than the respawned Metroids, and they won't do the same things. And they're basically gonna try to get a Metroid into another room, and then use that as a setup to push themselves.
They're gonna damage boost off the Metroid to push it through this tiny little hole in the wall. I think it's like right under the door. Like so. Nice, third try. He fell down though, but if you get in the right spot during that, you can do a BSJ up. But falling down is not as big a deal. You just Aether jump back up. Because there's a corner like right where you fall. Alright, nice. And now Vertigo's just going to come up. He's going to transition back to Crater Tunnel B. I don't remember if he has to manually unload this room or not. No, he just hits a load trigger. He's all good.
Yeah, and then he's not quite out of the water because he still has to avoid a couple triggers. One of which will start Exo normally, and then one which is just a straight up soft lock, which puts you in one of the sub chambers with just an invincible Exo that you can't damage.
Yeah.
Can't do anything with.
There's some triggers here that stick out of bounds that he has to avoid. Just like he said, yeah. One of them like starts the fight normally, and one of them actually is a sub chamber transition, where it's like one of the cutscenes that puts him in the next subchamber. And if you haven't triggered the previous exo, then because it's technically a new exo in each subchamber, I'm pretty sure. If you didn't do the previous exo thing, this one like just is invincible. Okay. Right. Okay, I think he's good. He's good. Nice. Now he has to transition through the subchambers and get to subchamber 5, which is Essence's lair.
Yeah, and all of the collision in all of these subchambers is just really weird and sticky, and
yeah, not all of it's standable. See, he's like getting repositioned right now. It's like boosting him a little bit over to the side. But yeah, fortunately these transition triggers are huge. Okay. Alright, he's almost there. Okay, this is the last one, and now he's got to do Essence. Okay. Nice! That was pretty good.
he got stuck right there in the main chamber, but then once he got past that, it was pretty smooth.
Yeah, he was just being extra careful.
Yeah, because it was right by that second trigger that the soft lock one.
Yeah.
Because if you hit the first one, it's bad, but you just have to fight Exo. And now they get to fight. We get to fight Essence. Essence will switch between different visors, which is why we get the different visors, just so that we can actually see him. And then he's doing basically an attack cancel on Metroid Prime, so that way Metroid Prime just doesn't move around, and you cancel, I think it's 12 or 14 different moves, and it'll just go straight to the laying of the next phase-on pool, and then you can just repeat this, so that way Metroid Prime is just stuck where you want.
This is the only reason we get Thermal Visor, is to make this fight way easier.
Yeah, because otherwise you just have to hand aim and hope for the best, because you can't even see.
Yeah. You can see him with Scan Visor, but like if the Scan Visor point is really small, and like if you find where he is and then drop Scan Visor to shoot him, and he moves, then you have to go find him again. It's just really annoying. That's gonna be a GG's from Vertigo. Times 123. I think that's like 102.
0203 something.
Actually, no, with Exo Skip, that's probably like one flat.
Yeah, it's a big GG.
GG.
That was a pretty good clean run there.
All right, we're gonna see if we can get him in there. The interslice forfeit? Looks like interslice forfeit. Let's say that he forfeit. I don't have the SRL open though. Alright, we should be able to get him in here for an interview pretty soon.
I was hoping to see some good Exo content. But that's okay.
But yeah, only major mistake of the run for Vertigo was failing E and B for about 5 minutes, and then he got there. Yeah, Exo is a very bad boss. It's so annoying.
Exo might be a bad boss, but I still love Exo. It's my bad boss.
See what Vertigo's in-game time is.
Place your bets now.
Alright, I'm gonna say like 1 flat. Because I have a 1 flat and I have a 120 RTA, and he did Exo Skip, which is gonna give him a little bit of leeway.
Oh, true. I'll say 101, just so that way we have some real gambling power here.
Oh, also Vertigo's
102. I mean, that's
102.
still
All right, pretty
still a
close.
really good run.
That's a very good run. Yeah. Also, Vertigo's frigate was really sloppy at the beginning, but then he managed to come through
Oh,
after the most
that
clutch aether jumping I have ever seen.
that frigate was insane.
That was like the clutchest clutch of clutch masters.
Yeah, forward aether jumps.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, not every day you get to see forward aether jumps.
Still waiting on them. They might come in here a bit soon.
Do we know when the next race is? I think
Is there one scheduled?
It's
I'm
the
not sure if
next
there is.
winners. I don't know if it's scheduled. I think the next winners bracket's gonna be next, right?
Yeah, I have no clue. I think Icefire and Venmi are scheduling the race, but I don't think there's any on the schedule right now.
Okay.
Though they're going to be scheduled pretty soon here.
I know.
But you'll have like a day or two to see.
With that win, Vertigo will be going up against Hazel Fusion Varia for his next race.
Oh right, because Hazel beat up Cody.
Sounds so mean when you say it like that.
I didn't mean it that bad. Cody got some bad RNG and he got Metroid primed. This game is just super punishing. But it makes it so much worth it when you actually get it. Like when you pull through. Like this game is just like it feels really bad, and then when you succeed, it feels super good. It's like Dark Souls, right? You spend however long get your butt handed to you, and then you do it, and you're like, yes, I did it. Oh, looks like Vertigo will not be joining us. Maybe Interslice will.
Oh, what's the command? For the
put it in there's commentator controls. I put it in there. Let me send them the invite link.
Okay.
Because it might not have worked. I'll find out what I sent you. Yeah, sometimes the thing is just really wonky with Discord sometimes. Bear with us a little bit here. I'm trying to get him here. At least we're trying to get Interslice here now.
Hello?
There he is.
Yeah, what's up?
How's it going, Interslice?
Yeah, wasn't my best run.
You know.
I had a pretty sloppy mines there.
Yeah.
Both my Metroid quarantines are really rough.
Yeah, those Metroids in Quarantine A were really bullying you there.
Yeah, they
Those
kept
rooms
pushing
are
me up.
hard. Well, it's also Vertigo is just a very formidable opponent.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was not expecting to win that at all.
Hey, you know what? We got the comeback story in losers bracket though.
Yeah. So how was Vertigo's run?
Vertigo's frigate was like really sloppy. He got in the bad reposition and got repositioned off to the right, and then fell a little bit, but then had the most clutch forward aether jumping ever, like 7 in a row.
Wow.
And got back up. And then he fell down again, and then he aether jumped back up again, and then he did the rest of it. And then he almost failed the door warp, but managed to get in there.
Yeah, and then the only other big thing, because the rest of it was pretty clean, and then it took him like it was like 5 minutes trying to get early newborn, get the out of bounds, because that out of bounds was just being real mean.
Did he do exoskip?
Yes.
Oh.
It was a very good exo skip.
I'll have to
Very
go back
clean.
and watch it.
Yeah, it was a safe exo skip, but a clean exo skip.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about your run. So, you just do Wave Sun. So
Yeah.
that was a big part of Vertigo's time save, is that a lot of his time save was RTA because he did a lot of out of bounds that you didn't do.
Yeah, I
Frigate and stuff. But I don't blame you for not doing Frigate. Frigate's awful. Frigate's
I
the
don't
worst.
do IBBF either because I'm not very good at the ghost skip.
Yeah.
And I'm just not that great at out of bounds movement in general, so I think it'd just be slower for me.
Yeah. Out of bounds is really hard.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah. I mean, I'm doing Frigate out of bounds for segmented practice right now, and oh my god. It's awful.
Yeah,
I'm practicing the BSJ out of the secret world, and it's so bad.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna look at that. I'm not even gonna look at it. Frigate.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But yeah, GG's interslice. Vertigo is gonna be one of those people that is probably gonna win the tournament. So,
Yeah.
it's like it's all right. But yo, you've been improving really quickly these past few weeks.
Oh, thank you.
Sick.
That was a kind of
also-
a rusty run there. I had recently just switched to not inverting my y-axis because I used to always do that.
Oh yeah.
So if I was during the race, if I was like looking down when I should have been looking up, that was why, because I was still not used to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the improvement's real. I thought we were gonna have the comeback kid story there with when he was getting the early newborn. Because you were starting to really.
That's my main hope is I hope he made some huge mistake and didn't save or something, but no, it didn't happen.
He took a lot of safety saves, but most of it was just like he lost time, and then it wasn't really worth it to reset, so he just like kept going. I'm really surprised it didn't reset during Frigate, and it's a good thing that he didn't, because he clutched super hard.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that. It sounds good.
Yeah, it was crazy. 7 DCR jumps, forward DCR jumps. Oh yeah, any final comments?
No, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, I mean that was an awesome race to watch. I felt very good to watch that.
Yeah, it was a super fun race to watch. It was super cool.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in. Let me check the schedule real quick if there's anything scheduled right now. I don't think there is. Oh, actually, Venme versus Icefire happening Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Be sure to check in for that. May 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Venmisa versus Icefire. That's going to be a really good race.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Icefire probably a little bit rusty, but Icefire has a 56 and Venme has a 54. I
think she just got a 53 actually. Just
get a
last
53.
week. Yeah, she got like the double PB.
So yeah, that could be anybody's race. Icefire, of course, famous for failing early wild in races, though. I think he lost to like, I think he lost to Jacket 7-9 in 2016 because he failed early wild.
Oh, I'm the wrong person to ask. I haven't been
Something
around
like
that long.
I don't remember. He lost to somebody. It might have been Tom. He might have lost to Tom. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. Oh, he lost to DCR. Oh, here there he is. Sorry for making funny of Icefire. But yeah, that's going to be a crazy race. Icefire and Venme, both titans within the community. It's going to be a crazy good race. Be sure to watch that on Sunday. If you don't have anything better to do.
100%.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow both the runners.
Yes.
I forget what the command is in chat, but there's a way we can pull up there.
Oh, that didn't work. Usually that works. I'm just gonna go ahead and link them, I guess. I guess maybe it just wasn't set up. I think I follow both of you, so let me go ahead and pull those up real quick. So again, help me out with these Twitch streams. Make sure you follow both Vertigo and Interslice. Interslice, go ahead and just like plug your own.
All right, I can do that.
Stream if you want.
I got Vertigos in there.
All right, poggers. But yeah, both really good runners. We're falling for some good content races. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And that'll be it. Have a good day.
Thanks for watching,
commenting,
everybody.
guys.